I can see Lagos, Calabar. That's amazing. Okay. Okay, guys. So I was today. We're going to go into this section. We'll start this section soon. But I would like to ask, how was your Sunday? How was today? Oh, Karen, did you want to say something? Okay, please mute. What I don't know. What do you want to say? Do you want to share how your day went? So let's talk. How was today? How was the service? Those who attended church, and okay, mostly restful. I know some people today is I go rest. Some people are like, today is my resting day. Okay, let's talk. Let's talk. Fantastic. Hmm, fantastic. Oh, the audio is okay. So I guess it's probably your network. I believe most people can hear me. All right, guys. So was a Sunday now. Let's talk. No, this month is we just started this month and it has been an amazing month. Okay, work field. Really? So you worked on month and today? Praise God. You worked today. Okay, come it was pleasant. So let's talk. Those who went to church. So how was your service? Did you join online or joined on site? Some people they join services online and it has been an amazing section, even both physical. Tell me, did you join your service online or you went physical? And that was the service. So Komi said it was pleasant, fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, guys. So I'm going to be introducing our amazing speaker. All right. So, but before that, uh, I would just like to, ask us this quick question, right? This just like a game, just for us to chat, before our amazing speaker comes in. Okay, guys. So let's say this is a new year. Let's say you have the opportunity. You have someone to sponsor you to any country in the world, just to spend this new year, the first month, this January, this first month of the year. If you had someone or you have someone to sponsor you, and the person tells you, okay, choose any country in the world, and I'm going to sponsor you, you're going to enjoy the whole month, the whole January to enjoy yourself. So what country would you choose? What country? China, really? Oh, amazing. Maldives, wow. Maldives all the way. So tell me, let's talk, why did you choose China? Why? Why did you choose Maldives? Let's give reasons. Rome, wow, amazing. So why did you choose Rome? Let's talk. We are all learning. Someone might want to like travel there. Okay, the reason why I chose Rome is this. So let's talk. Why did you choose the country? For me, I'm going to choose Spain. Okay, really, that's great. For me, if I had someone or if I have someone to sponsor me, and the person tells me, pick any country in the world just to enjoy yourself, to flex, for the whole January. of this year 2025. I'm going to pick Italy. I'll pick Italy because Italy is one of the amazing places that you can enjoy yourself to relax, you know. I'm going to pick Italy. So tell me, why did you pick Spain, Daramola? Why did you pick China? Oh, okay. China is celebrating their new year. Oh, really? Wow. It would be a good experience to see another culture do their new year. Interesting. That's interesting. So let's talk. Others, yeah, let's use the shots. Let's use the shots before we kick off. Our speaker is already here. So, but I just want to like talk before she comes in. Okay. So someone says Maldives. So Carrie, tell me, why did you choose that country? Let me know. So it's fantastic that China is celebrating their new year now. That's great. I wish also I'm in China because I like China. They are very, very and technology inclined. So okay, yeah, it's really a nice place to relax and take pictures. Okay. Yeah, Maldives because of beautiful weather, beautiful beaches, and mountain. Oh, amazing! But in Nigeria too, we have amazing dishes, we have amazing meals, and the rest. All right, guys. So, are we ready for today's section? So, we already have our special. Today is a special speaker, and trust me, it's going to be an amazing section that you would not want to miss. Okay, so I'm going to be before she comes in today. We're talking about thriving in 2025, winning strategies for designers. Okay, and this topic is a good one because it will really really help you to start the year strong. Do you get it? So amazing things you're going to get today. So here's what. Let me read the profile of our speaker, and I'm going to. I don't need to tell you what to do. Just welcome her. So this is about our speaker, our wonderful speaker, in the person of Abiodun Fiwa, the CEO of Perxels, right? So this is about. I'm going to read it so we can, uh, you know. So here is about already seen it. Okay. So who is excited? Who is excited today? Who is excited? Yeah. All right. Let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. Yeah, let's celebrate her as I read about. We already seeing it on the screen. All right, so Abiodun Fiwa has spent a good time of her life using her skills and career experience to train and mentor aspiring UI/UX designers to grow and thrive in the industry. She's a designer facilitator with over 7 years of experience, man, organizing design meetups and boot camps. She's also a Figma Africa ambassador. This is amazing. Fiwa believes that these days business environment is changing at a fast pace. Top business problems require technical skills and soft skills to create sustainable solutions. And that is why she takes delight in mentoring aspiring designers to take time to practice, improve, and explore different ways of solving problems through a design thinking approach. Oh my goodness. And don't forget, she is the CEO of Perxels. Perxels is one of the best UIUX design school in Nigeria, even across Africa. And please, I would like us to welcome our special guest in the person of Abiodun Fiwa, the CEO of Perxels. Come on, guys, let's welcome her. Let's welcome her. You're welcome, ma'am. Good to have you,
Yeah,
ma'am.
thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Wale, for that introduction. The way you are calling the CEO with all energy. Yes. You
Good
guys,
sorry.
good evening. Thank you so much for having me here today. Thank you so much, Wale, for the welcome. I really, really appreciate. I'm seeing my OGs here. I'm seeing Hedy. Hello, Hedy. Please, me, I want you guys to unmute yourself. For me, I love engagement. Hello, Hedy. How are you today?
Fiwa. I'm very
Yeah,
fine.
to see you here
How are you
again.
too?
Thank you so much.
Thank
Hedy
you.
actually
Good to
sent
see you too.
Christmas gifts, anyways. All right, so I really, really love. Like, I rock the jewelry for the entire season. Like, thank you very much, Eddie.
Thank you, Mom.
Yeah. So I'm seeing some other person here as well. I'm seeing Tony, I'm seeing Godwin, I'm seeing Femi, I'm seeing Rhoda, I'm seeing Isaac, I'm seeing Joshua, I'm seeing Kayode, I'm seeing Komi, I'm seeing Lizzie, I'm seeing Princess, I'm seeing Sophia, I'm seeing the Ninja face, I'm seeing Treasure Room. Thank you, Tolulokpa. I'm seeing it. I'm saying everybody, Christiana, Daramola, David, Deji, Elizabeth, Abu. Thank you so much, everybody that is on the call. Thank you for joining us today, Godwin. I really appreciate Belumi, Heizi. Thank you guys for joining us today. Just as mentioned, my name is Abiodun Fiwa Okunade, and I'm the CEO of Perxels Design School. So the manager, can you please stop sharing so that I can share my screen? Now, today's topic is very exciting
All
because I
right,
am a
ma'am.
very intentional person. So, this is going to be an engaging section. So, in the chat section, I would like to know um, if you want to win in 2025, I want you to type win in the chat section. If you want to win in 2025, so that we know if people are actually interested in winning, or they're just here to say, okay, let's see what they have to do here today. If you want to win in 2025, can you type win so I can know my audience? Wholesome, wholesome. I can see all of your text there. That's all I do is win, win, win. My guy. Okay, I love winning, guys. I truly, truly, truly love winning. And winning is essential for everyone. But it's not every thriving in 2025. Winning strategies for designer. So this topic is special because most of the people that are here today, you guys are designers. So I'm going to call on two people just to hear your voice and then to hear your expectation about today's conversation. Have you been struggling before now? All of the past year, 2022, 2023, 2024, ask question to ask the question. I think my network is not.
Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me? Yeah, there's a glitch in your network. So your network is breaking.
Hmm. Since you guys can hear me,
Oh, yeah. I don't know if it's from my end. Please confirm if you can hear.
The network is actually breaking. Wait.
Yeah, okay. It's also breaking from my end. You might want to change your network, ma'am. Okay, guys, so let's hold on. She'll be back with us soon.
Okay, just to be
Sorry
clear,
about
can
the
you hear me
network.
now? Can
Yes,
you
we
hear me
can hear
now?
you. Yes.
Oh, okay. I was surprised that I was talking and no one was responding. Okay,
Oh,
so sorry about the network. Hopefully, it does not disturb us a lot because I'm in my best location right now. So, just like I said, my name is Abiodun Fiwa, and I said that most people that have it in mind that they want to win, not everybody end up winning. So I want to know from this call, is there anybody here that I want to know why you're here? Just to hear from two people. Why are you here? Is it that you tried some certain things before and they did not work, and you're like, okay, this particular conversation should open your eyes on what you're not doing right and what you should do better. So I would like to know why you are in today's meeting. So I'll just call like random name for people. So let's start with Femi. I think I like his profile picture. Hello, Femi. Femi, can you unmute yourself?
Hello, good evening.
Hi, Femi, you're welcome.
Thank you. Okay,
Yeah, so
so
tell me, why are you on today's call?
basically, I've been freelancing, offering voiceover services for about 2 years now. I've been able to earn
Mm,
some money. However, I've always had interest in design, and I like
okay.
the fact that you can profile solutions with true designs and be able to detect people's problems and solve that. So I'm looking to
Mm.
acquire skills with that, and hopefully I can also bring my experience freelancing into that as well, and maybe earn some
Into
money.
it. Awesome. I love that. I love that. So you are transitioning into design because you're like, okay, it's time for me to upskill. And this is a skill that you can connect to solve problem. And that's why you're
Like,
here. All right, that's amazing. I actually wish you a very brilliant 2025. And I hope this section would also help you. So let's move on to a lady. Let's talk to Afolabi. Afolabi profile picture to is stunning. I love it. Hello, Afolabi. Hello, Afolabi. Can you hear me?
Sorry, because we have to have a Labio. There's a
Oh,
female.
we have Afolabi Taiwo, actually.
Aha.
Thank you for that. Afolabi Taiwo, can we have you? All right, so let's just go to Abdullahi Afolabi.
Good evening, Miss Fiwa.
Oh, I can hear you now, Afolabi Taiwo. Yeah, good
Okay.
evening. Afolabi Taiwo, can you please talk?
Yeah, so basically, I just joined the class. Yes, how about you? Can you hear me?
Yes, clearly.
Yes. I joined this class to learn more. Like, I've been learning from you, so I still want to learn more from you. I know you to be a very intelligent and smart person, so I'm willing to learn more from you. Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Thank you for that. Anyway, so let's get into today's conversation. So, what describes Fiwa? I am actually a resilient, visionary, and empowering person. And I intentionally chose this word because they perfectly describe who I am. So resilience in the sense that I usually take calculated risk, but however, there are days and time where I have failed, but I refuse to stay in that state of failure. I'm always rising from any failure. Do you understand that? So I'm that lady that I'm not stuck to something that is not working. I try to look for means. I like to look for other ways I can actually use, to improve myself, to be better and be successful. I'm also a visionary person in the sense that in the last 4 or 5 years now, I have been conscious about my life, writing down my plan and ensuring that I follow through to achieve and attain success. And lastly, empowering. I'm known to always teach people, talk to people. I think majority of my time is actually talking and teaching people. That's what I do most of the time. So, and last, I'm actually a very business person. I love profit. I love money. So where you see money, you see fewer legit money. Oh. Do you understand that? So I'm also a business person who is passionate about creating profitable opportunity. I'm the CEO of Perxels, School for Devs, and also Home Field Gas. I know that most of you here, you only know me to be the CEO of Perxels, but you never know about other things that I do. But yeah, these are some other things that I do. Now let's get into today's conversation. My journey into design started before 2018, but my career change, or I become so intentional about my career in 2018. And from 2018 to 2025, there has been a lot of change in the industry. And one of the change I would like us to, start with where I started from, which was like 2018. Now, at that 2018, if you mention to people that you are a UI UX designer, they'll be excited. They'll be like, wow, really? You are a UI UX designer? That's amazing. Oh. Like, it just makes you stand out to be a UI UX designer because it is new. And if people hear that you're a UI UX designer, it just get excited. Just like around that 2000, 2001, 2002, if you say you're studying medicine, everybody's like, yo, you are doing well. Everybody wants to be a doctor, right? But right now in 2035, you say you are doing medicine, people will be like, okay, good for you, well done. But at the end of the day, they want to see what you can do with medicine. So the career path does not like really excite people that much again. So as UI UX design. So it doesn't mean that it doesn't excite people. It's just that people are not aware of it so much. Do you understand that? So, but now the expectation have shifted and the bar is much higher. So you cannot just say you're a UI UX designer now and then you just expect people to celebrate it. People would want to see what you are doing or what you can do. Now, around that 2018 now, we also have a shift in tools mastery. I remember when I was in school, I graduated in 2018 actually. But before that 2018, while I was in school around 2016, I reached out to I'm always fascinated with graphic design and I've always wanted to learn it. And I remember I reached out to some guys in my school then that, I would like to learn UI UX, I would like to learn graphic design. And one of them actually told me that, okay, I should pay 50K. That time, 50K is like a very big money to learn skill that time. So I gave that guy 50K. And after 2 weeks, the guy just fly outside to Ghana. And I'm like, wow, how are you going to teach me? So we're not really informed about Google Meet then and all of those things. They were possible, but I really don't know about it. So the fact that I left the country, I just became hopeless. Do you get that? But I was always fascinated to graphic design. How can I learn design? How can I be good with design? Right? So, and at that point, people are not also willing to teach others because they still have this traditional mindset that if I teach you this skill, I'm not going to know it. You are going to make money from it, and I might end up the person that taught you might end up not having customer and all of those things. Just crash behavior and thinking, right? So around that 2018 to 2025, there has been shift in skills. At that point, if you know Illustrator, Photoshop, you are like a big man. But in 2025, it's no longer the same. This time around, now it's not just about you knowing the tool, right? Designers are expected to know multiple design skills. Like you need to know Figma, you need to know Miro, you need to know Maze. In fact, at this point, you also need to know some interactive elements, animation, right? You need to have some understanding of development, right? HTML, CSS. You might not be so good at them, but you must understand some of the KPIs, some of the tools that developers, some of the tools that they are using, even your product managers. So the tools compared to 2018, where you have to just learn one tool and you are like a bado in the industry, this time around, you need to like learn multiple tools for you to be relevant. So that's another shift that has happened. Another shift that has happened is actually in the way you actually present your work, prototyping and wireframe. Now, I believe that my audience that I'm speaking to today, they are UI UX design. And that's why I'm not breaking down what is UI UX design, what is prototyping, because I believe by now you should understand it. That's why you are on this call. Now, wireframing and low fidelity prototype as of 2018 are considered to be sufficient for your idea and your concept. That means when I'm done with my project, maybe somebody gave me a job and then I wireframed and I sent to them, people are like, okay, this is good, this person is doing well. But in today's world, we are expecting you to come with like a prototyping wireframe. That is a wireframe that mimic your final product. I think before this call, I wanted to open a particular design aspect that we created just to show you what your recruiter or even hiring managers, what they might be expecting from you at this point in time. Let me see if it is something that I can quickly track if the network will not be too slow for me. So let me go to official. Let me quickly see if it's something I can get open. If the network is not too slow. Okay, I can't track that down. That's why I love to open my stuff down before my class, but I cannot do that now. So let's just move. But what I'm just trying to say with that conversation is that as at 2018, if you just design your static design and then you send it out, people are excited. People are like, you did well, I understand what you've done. But in today's world, they want you to present a prototype that looks as if it is the final product, something that they can click and it will move to the next one, something that they will say they'll click on next, or they will over and the action will take place. Meanwhile, it is still a design. Do you understand? So that's what people want you to present into today's world. Now, another thing is sole designers. Before, if you're a UI/UX designer, you're expected to work alone from the beginning to the end. But in today's world, they are expecting you to also learn the skill of collaborating with other people and not you just working by yourself. So this time around, they're expecting you to have communication skills, ability to work with developers, product manager, marketing team in order for a product to be successful. Do you understand that? So that's another thing that is expected from you. Now, all of these 4 things that I have described for you now is to inform you that if you are still playing your game like you are in like I was in 2018, if you are still playing that game in 2025, you are not going to win. In order for you to win, you need to change your strategy. You need to change the mode of your work, your tools, and even anything that you're doing that is not in vogue or that is not recent. Do you understand that? I've talked so far about the fact that just our title, UI/UX designer, people are excited and say, you're UI designer, you're doing well. But this they do, okay, you're UI, that's good. Can you tell me what you've done before compared to before, where they will say like, okay, you are UX designer. Wow, that's good. You're doing well. I heard that tech is so good. But this time around, they want to see what you can do. Another thing that I've talked about that in the past, around 2018, you just know you one tool, maybe Photoshop, maybe just Illustrator or CorelDRAW, you're a baller. But now you need to know more tools. Another thing is in the presentation of your work. Before, you can just submit static design and people like, you designed 20 screens, you are doing well. This time around, they want you to prototype your work, right? And not just present static design. Number 4 is that before you can just work as a designer, just only you, everything. But this time around, they want you to have the skill of collaboration, the skill to communicate, so that when product manager is talking to you about requirement, you are not lost. Or when product manager is telling you that, okay, today, guys, we are going to be working on user story. This is how we are going to go. You're not confused. Or they're saying that, we are going to work on customer journey map. You're not confused. Do you understand? So, but before then, around 2018, just one person can be a designer and then everything is still fine with you. But this time around, you need to work with developers, product managers, and all of the rest of the team. So if someone is still operating with the mindset of 2018, 2019, even 2020, you might not win in this 2025. Now, let me give you an example. About 2 years ago, I went to my parents' house. Before I started university or I got admission into the university, my dad told me that I have to learn hairdressing. Now, the woman that I learned hairdressing from, she was like the big woman in our community. So I actually stayed around Agor-Okota. So Agor-Okota is not like local place. It's still like the big guys of mainland to an extent. Do you understand that? So that woman, she was actually like the best hairdresser in that place. And my mommy enrolled me there. I learned hairdressing. She was doing well. But about 2 years ago, when I went there, and I branched her place, and I was like, Auntie me, good afternoon. This is Fiwa, you're doing well, well done. This is it. What is horrible? This is. And when I went to her salon, I noticed that there is no customer. The chairs are not really cool. You can just feel that the atmosphere is wrong and there's no like sales like she used to be. And when I went back home, I was like, "Ah, Mommy, I observed this about Auntie, I don't want to mention her name. I observed this about this woman's place. What do you think?" And all of that. And she was like, "Yes, so like people are not really turning up again and all of that." Now, last year when I went home, she has completely shut down her business. Now, while I was discussing with my mom, I told her that I think the reason is because she did not upgrade to the standard of the type of salon that people want in today's world. In today's world, people want experience. I want to go to the salon and I want to feel good about the environment. I want to bring out my phone and I want to take picture. I want to do Snapchat. I want to do TikTok or Reels there. Do you understand? So the environment, I need it to be beautiful. Even if I'm an introvert person, there's a way I will just carry my phone and just, post and just zoom one or two things. So today's world is no longer the type of saloon business or the type of structure or the interior that she has as at 20, maybe 15, 2014. Those type of things would not work in 2024, would not work in 2025. But because she refused to upgrade, because she refused to invest in new build and new structure, new interiors, people start to move away until she cannot bring them back any longer. So the reason I shared all of those four information at the beginning is to let you know that you cannot win if you still keep that mindset of 2018, 2014, 2020, even 2023. You have to upgrade your mind. So please let me know in the chat section if you understand what I have said so far. And just to be sure that I'm also communicating. So just let me know in the chat section, just type Y if you can hear me and if you understand what I've said so far. Just type Y or drop emoji so that I'm sure that I am communicating. All right, good. Good. Now, I want you guys to take just about 30 seconds to evaluate yourself and ask yourself, what do I usually do before now that I need to stop in 2025? And this is skill related, not maybe another behavior, character, another. No, just look at your skill right now as a designer. What do you think you usually do before now, right, that you think you need to stop in 2025? Now, let me give you an example. I was talking to one of the applicants at Perxels, wanted to get some staff on board. And I told the person that, oh, do you know how to use Google Tool? And the person said, yes, I've heard about it, but I actually love to use PowerPoint. And I'm like, okay, PowerPoint will not work here again. But the way the person mentioned it, the person is very intelligent, but the person is still stuck with old tools. Do you understand that? So I want you to tell me in the chat section, are there any things, it could be tool, it could be any other thing that you think that, okay, this thing is outdated, but I am just stuck. I don't know how to do it. Some of you, they say, everything we are talking about in this meeting, you want you to type it on your Google Doc. You say, no, I prefer to write it. Then the next time when we are having meeting, you say you forget the book at home. Do you understand that kind of thing? So let me know in the chat section, what do you think you need to change in 2025? You must respond though, because this is like a changing class. It's not just for you to come and listen. Okay, somebody said not having a detailed case study. So I want you to like elaborate, right? Just a little, right? Don't be afraid. So let's have you, Eddie. What do you mean by not having detailed case study?
Okay. Hi, everyone. So
Hello.
before now, you know how you think your case study is good, but then after going through Perxels, I realized that there were like lots of errors. There were things I overlooked, things I didn't really consider important. But at the end of the day, I realized that all of those things give your interviewers a good perception of a good walk through your idea, like they
Yes.
understand where you're coming from. But when you leave out those important details, they may not take it seriously. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Eddie, for that. So Eddie is saying that before now, she has built a case study before, but it was not in depth. She was just brief about her solution, about how she has solved the problem. But now that she has gone through a standard training, she realized that it will actually be good for her to work on in-depth, case study, something that can show that truly this person actually solved this problem the right way. I think that's brilliant. That resolution is a very good one. Let's have Darasimi. Darasimi said that I need, is it Darasimi or Daramola? Daramola. Daramola said, I need to start uploading my project on my portfolio. That is one of the things I'll be talking about today. But let's have you, Daramola. Can you talk to me about that?
Yes, good evening, Miss Fiwa.
Good evening.
Yeah, so I've actually been in the design space for a while, since 2020, but I've been using Photoshop, Illustrator, and also Canva. I have a lot of projects saved in, I have about almost 500 gig of projects. Yeah, and I also do video editing.
Wow.
They are all saved in folders on my system, well arranged folders on my system, but I don't just know why I've not uploaded them yet.
Posting them. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's one of the key things that we'll be talking about today. A lot of us have brilliant projects online. Now, when I got my first opportunity, I actually got the opportunity using PDF to present my portfolio. But when I did that, I got the job. But somebody in 2025, if they try to actually send out their portfolio as PDF, it's not going to work. But you know that at that time, even some of my projects that I thought they are not so good during the interview, the people that were evaluating were like, oh, I like this part of, they might not like the entire project, but there might be a particular thing that I did somewhere that actually fascinates them, that, oh, this is good. I love what you did there. It makes sense. Do you understand that? So a lot of us, we self-sabotage. I don't think my project will be so good, or why should I put it online? This people will talk about it, or why would this happen? But Daramola is saying that this year, one of the things he wants to do is to start to put his work out there. And I think that's a very brilliant resolution. Let's have two more people before I continue with my conversation. So Sydney said, creating time for my portfolio and not just getting so engrossed in work. I think that's very brilliant. Let's have Sydney. Can you talk more about this?
Yes, good evening, everyone. Please
Good
confirm that
evening.
you can hear. Okay. So the thing is, this role is like the first I got after Perxels school. And I got it based on the portfolio we did as our capstone project. But I just realized that after the whole getting my first role and all of that, I've been so busy with work. These startups, they just keep on coming with ideas, and you just find out that you're getting lost in all of it. And I've realized that I've not posted anything on my portfolio in a very long time. So how do I intend to get more roles if I'm not showcasing what I can do? So,
Brilliant.
yeah,
Brilliant.
it's enough to just be working and think that, oh, you have this experience. You have to show working as well in your portfolio. So I think that's what I'll work on this year.
I absolutely love this. I absolutely love this. Now, this year, I also have my own resolution. And my resolution is that at every point Perxels actually achieve a milestone, all my staff should go online and talk about the part that they play in that success. Because a lot of time, staffs are engrossed with activities, work, work, work. And before you know it, they're not even saying it out there that, oh, see, oh, guys, I've been working, but in this work, these are the things I've achieved. So I really love Sydney points that working with people is good, but also sharing your success story, it's also very important. Thank you for sharing. Let's move on to the next person. Ranman, I hope I pronounced that well. Ranman said, I need to start focusing more on the UX aspect. Rama, can you talk to us about this?
Good evening. Good evening,
Yeah,
Ma.
good evening.
Yeah, okay. I started my UIUX journey last year. So I was majorly focused on the user interface, not the user experience. So the case study,
Mm.
the wireframing and all, I don't pay attention to it. My own is just, oh, the colors, the aesthetics, how it should look. That's what my basic focus. Well, I think I need to work more on that because currently I'm working with a startup also. So now I understand that you have to wireframe, you have to do the user
Mm-hmm.
journey, the everything now. You even have to relate
Yeah.
to it, as you said, with
Mm.
front end developers and all. And I'm like, I thought it was just the colors,
So just
the
UI.
typography, that's what I thought. Well, I'm like, I might need to brush up my UX aspect now.
That's a
Yeah, thank
brand.
you.
I love that. I love that. I love that. So the reality actually comes when people maybe graduate from, let's use maybe a basic training now, like UI training, where the person is thinking that okay, everything is about UI, only for you to get to the industry and you're like, oh more, there's a lot to be. So do you understand? And that's why here at Perxels we try our best to show you a lot. And even the lot that we teach you at Perxels, when you still leave Perxels to industry, you're still going to discover more things. Do you understand that? So I love your resolution, Raman. I cannot read everybody's resolution, but I think everybody have brilliant resolution here. So let's continue with the presentation. Thank you so much, guys, for engaging with me. So let's get into the next thing that I want us to know today. So now the next thing I want to ask is actually, what is strategy? I have my own definition, but I don't want you guys to use my definition. So can somebody just volunteer to let us know, what do you think strategy is? What's a strategy to you? If somebody tell you, oh, what's strategy? What is strategy to you? Okay, yes, let's have you. The white man. What's your name?
Good evening. My name
Yeah,
is
Emmy.
Eminence Agbola. Good evening.
Okay.
Um, if I would define strategy in my way is strategy simply means how you do things, the way you go about in achieving a particular goal. Maybe for example, what we have been discussing this morning, like for example, the way you are doing something in the previous, then currently, like what strategy do you want to deploy to do it way more better, and how do you want to like achieve your goal?
Awesome. I love that. I love that. I love that. Brilliant. So let's have another person define strategy to us. Who else want to try? What's strategy? Okay, I'm seeing somebody here, Damilola. Damilola, can we have you? What is strategy to you?
Yeah, so to me, strategy means proper planning, also going through feasibility study on a particular project or a task you want to accomplish. So
Awesome.
strategy
Awesome.
is, proper planning.
Proper planning. I also love the word feasibility. Is this feasible? You see, that's information. Oh my God. If we go into it today, we are not going to finish it. Ensuring that whatever idea that you are coming up with is something that we can achieve. So that's brilliant. Thank you for sharing. Peace, can we have you? Peace, can we have you? Okay, let's have Godwin.
Hello, Fiwa. Good evening.
Okay, yeah, good evening, Peace.
Okay, so I would define strategy as the method or methods you put in place to achieve a goal or an aim. So it's not enough to set a goal, but you need to put in place different methods, the how to. So the methods you put in place is what will enable you to achieve that goal. And those methods are the strategy.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. I agree with you totally. Let's have Godwin. Godwin,
Okay, good
define
evening.
strategy to us. Good evening.
Good evening, everybody. Okay, to me, the way I see strategy is more like a step-by-step process. I can also refer to it as stages, like from stage one, or should I say phase 1 to phase 2 to phase 3, down to the final stage of any project that you're working on or anything you're working on. So that's my own take on that.
Awesome. Stage by stage, step by step. That makes sense. Thank you so much for sharing. Let's have Deji Joseph. After Deji, then we have Zbaidat. Deji Joseph, can we have you?
Good evening, ma. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me, ma?
Yes, we can hear you. Hear you. Good evening.
Okay. Yeah, I would say strategies are, to me, they're just like simple plans or method to achieve your goal. You knowing your goal, understanding the situation, and picking your
Mhm.
path. You decide the best ways to reach the goal. Then you take action, and as you go
I love
on,
that.
then those plans you take to adjust when needed. Those are the strategies.
Simple plan. Awesome. 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 Thank you so much for sharing. I love that. Can we have Deji? Or is that Deji that just finished talking?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Zubaidat, can we have you?
Good evening, Fiwa.
Good evening.
Yeah, strategy can be said, like, can be defined as a plan of action designed to
Plan of
achieve a
action.
desired outcome by using the resources available and activities to overcome challenges.
Brilliant. I love that. You guys are actually brilliant. Please let's clap for ourselves. Like people are thinking for clap for yourself, guys. You guys are giving me what you need to give me this night. All right. So what strategy to me, or what my research from all of the definitions? I love this one by Mike. He said that strategy is an integrative set of choices that position you on the playing field of your choice in a way that you win. So, from all of the definition that everybody has mentioned, people say simple plans, somebody says step by step, but there is, at the end of the day, these simple steps, step by step, what is the purpose? The purpose is to win. So a lot of time we define the things we want to do, we write out the things we want to do, but we are only writing them down. We are not really intentional about what is going to be the end goal about of this, or what would I call success after I have done all of these things here. And that's why I love Daramola statement. I said, is this thing feasible? Is this thing something that would yield to success? Will I win after this? So strategies are a set of choices. There are different things that you can put together, but you have, you are deliberate about some things, and like, these are the things that I want to do. And at the end of the day, it is to position you in a state that you can win. Now, we are all designers here, because this particular definition said that the field of your choice, we are all designers here. So what strategy should we impute in 2025? What can we do better? Or how can we go about our strategies in 2025? So I have 4 things here. Number 1 stage is the context, analysis, synthesis, and cognitive. Now let's start with this context. Now, context to me is actually you coming up with a clear definition of your team for the year. Now, I'm going to be using myself as an example. Now, my company has grown from, startup, and this year we are going to be 5-year-old. And if you have a baby and your baby is already 5 years old, like you already be Bulgarian that I don't have 5-year-old child now. I'm doing well. This person is doing I have somebody, I have a child that can communicate. The person is no longer like a toddler, right? So this year I told myself that, what do I want for my organization? I want Perxels to stop behaving like a baby, and I want Perxels to start behaving like an adult. So the approach is that we want to become a company, like a standard business, where everything that we are doing is well structured, and anyone that we are bringing into it can fit into it and they can perform success. I want massive success this year, and I've stated those success, what they means to us. And as at that November, when I've written down all of this, even before November, I've written down what I want in 2025. I've started to research, I started to talk to people, and I deliberately bring in people that I know will be able to achieve those goals for me. So the first thing you want to do is that, what is my team for this year? It's not the one of 2025 is my year of this. So that is good. It's not bad. But you also need to have like a career team for yourself. This year, from what stage to what stage am I moving to? What am I moving to? What is my team for this year? Do I still want to be saying that I'm not posting online the way I usually be? Am I still okay with the 20K I'm receiving, or the 100K or the 200K that I'm receiving? what are you defining this year career-wise for yourself? So you need to have a team for the year for yourself. And I do that for myself. In fact, the red normal, because I'm a child girl, right? So I'm a Christian, I go to church. Churches always give us like a team for the year. And I take it personally. At the end of every year, I'm going to evaluate my life and ask myself that this particular year, did it align with what they mentioned in church and all of those things? And last year, 2024, that's 2023/24, when they gave us the team, I realized that the team that they gave to us, to me, it was a common team. And I'm like, oh, will this thing really fly? I'm expecting Jim team now. But to my surprise, everything I actually did that last year expressed that particular team. Do you get that? But last upper year, that's 2022 to 2023, I actually got the same team than my church project. Now, I'm not saying that you should go on a fast or anything, but just look at your career and ask yourself that, okay, this is where I am right now. Do I still want to be in this atmosphere moving forward? One of my students reached out to me about, I don't know if the person is on this call, about maybe 3 weeks ago, around that Christmas period. And he told me that, see, if you actually want to get an international role, that's the person thing. I want to get international role. I don't want Nigerian based role. I don't think I will be moving from real estate to UI/UX designing. And then at the end of the day, I'm still earning something close to what I usually get as a salesperson. I want to get international role. And I know for me to get an international role, I need to have a strong portfolio. I've created my portfolio. You did not approve it because of one thing, because I will tell my students, see, I'm not 100% good with what you've done. So the person said, I know that you don't really, I want to have a special training to build only my portfolio. That is somebody with a team. I charge the person extra. Do you understand? It's not the one that when we finish this thing, I'll start receiving email. I want to do this. The person have a team for the year, and the person is already creating actionable plan towards it. So now I want you to take some minutes to yourself. What is my team for this year? Or what can be your team career-wise now? What can be your team for year 2025 regarding your career? You don't need to express it to us, but I just want you to take about 30 seconds to think about that. Awesome. I believe by now you should have a thought, or you should have written down something. Now that thing might need to be refined. In fact, I have my own team. I told you that I want Perxels to grow. And there are some actions that I'm already taking this January that, guys, they are difficult for me. Like, when I say it's difficult, they are very difficult. But because I already have a projection of what I think the year would be for my company, Perxels, I know that that thing I'm doing is important for me to achieve it. But if I don't have a team, if I don't have a projection, if an idea comes to me and I start to implement it and it's difficult, I will easily just move out of it. I'll be like, oh, it's too hard. That person now, by the time I start to teach that person about their portfolio, and then I keep maybe rejecting, okay, go and get more mood board. I don't like this. This is not going to fly. It will be difficult for the person. But because the person have like a team, the person have a projection of what they want to achieve, the person would definitely still keep at it. So some of us, we don't have any definition of, we just have, oh, I want to be successful, but you don't have a team of what you want to achieve. Then I talk about this because everybody's direction might be different. Some of us here, you might be like a new designer. For those people that are new designers, I wrote it here that you need to define your niche. You cannot work for everybody. But the truth of the matter is that you cannot just know your niche by just maybe thinking about it right now in class. Some of us, we might have to be in the wrong place to know that I don't like this type of industry. Now, let me give you an example. When I started my career, I started actually with CC Hub. And at CC Hub, they create product for different industry. They create for education, for different industry, right? And while I was there, as much as I love what they are doing, there's some industry, I don't want to say some of their industry, that I do not just connect with. I know that, no, I'm not going to work in this industry. I'm not going to work in the music industry. I'm not going to create interface for music guys because I'm not very good with it. I don't understand what they are doing there. It's not something that interests me. But there are some of my colleagues that seeing that might excite them, or some other industry that we work with. So I have to be like in the wrong place sometimes, see some things, be in some places, and I feel like, okay, this is not what I want. Before I decide that, okay, I love education, right? I also love logistic, right? I also love food, that's delivery platforms. And those are this niche that I have been working with so far, right? In my own journey as a designer. So for the newbies that are here, right? Team might not be like the first thing you might do. It might be like, okay, now that you have started designing, what industry do you want to start working with? Next thing is that you want to write down your goals and your plan. I don't like writing. I just want to be sure that I'm still on the call. Okay. I don't like writing. Yes, just like you. I don't like writing. But I started, okay, so before now, I prefer writing on books, right? But I don't like writing maybe on my phone note. But I realized that as I get busier, I might forget book at home, or I did not find biro someplace and all of those things. I started using my phone. Like situation forced me to start using my phone. And guys, I can tell you that this year we have spent 11 days. At least I would have written about 8 times, like 8 documents about myself, about my own personal things. Not if it's Perxels, a lot of documents have gone in place. Do you understand? But my personal life, I started writing things how I feel. Oh, I don't like this. This person said this about me. Oh, education, I'm supposed to get this education. Oh, I'm supposed to do this. I started writing things just to reflect. Do you not know what happened today? Today, I wanted to check my pattern on some issues. And I went to go and read some things that I wrote last year. And I realized that I have written some things that was a struggle or was a question for me. I have written them down before, but I forgot that I have written that down. So writing down your goals is very important. It might not only help you the moment you're writing it, but moving forward, it kind of be a reminder for you about the things you've promised yourself that you are going to do. Do you understand that? Then the next one is network intentionally. I'll still talk about this, but the first thing you want to do is to define your niche. You want to have a team for the year, and you want to write down your goals. Those 3 things are very important. Let me know in the chat section if you're going to be implementing these. Just type why if you would be implementing this. Are you going to have a team for your career now? Are you going to be having a team for the career this year? Or are you going to be having a niche? Or are you going to be writing down your goals? If you are going to be doing that, please type why in the chat section. Do we have anybody on the team here that you love writing and writing has improved your life? We would like to hear your experience. Like you love writing and writing has been something that has been helpful for you. We'd like to hear from you. Emmy and Godwin, can you lower your hand so that we have new people raise their hands? You guys should not keep talking. Can you lower your hand, Emmy and Godwin? Just lower your hand. We don't want you. We want other people to engage, please. Is there anybody on the call that you actually love writing, right? You love writing, and writing has been a huge impact to your growth. We'd like to hear from you. Okay, we have Princess. Princess want to share with us. Princess, let's have you.
Hi, good evening, Fiwa. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I like writing out my plans because, like you said, you get to review them and keep yourself in check. If you've forgotten, you can align yourself back to what you planned to do. It's like a visual vision board, writing it out and sticking to it. And then, like, sometimes, even when you feel like, oh, I've lost the ginger, I've lost the vibe, when you remember and you look back at what you wrote, it kind of like gingers you. So that's how I can relate to writing out my plans.
Wow, thank you so much, Princess, for sharing that. I really love that. Is anybody who want to share their experience writing down their goals? Any other person? Okay, Emily, let's have you. You have been raising your hand.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, let's have you. I'm listening.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, basically, I'm not really a good writer, like when it comes to writing like that. But several times, like, though I love reading, though, and part of the thing I learned, like when reading, is when you take time to jot down your idea, when you write it and be intentional about it, it will definitely stick, and you achieve it. Couple of years back, before I enrolled for graphic designing, I think it was when I was serving. So when I was about going for my youth service, so what I did was I wrote down all the whole thing I needed to achieve, and I gave myself a timeline, not just writing them or um aspiring, or how would I even put it, like having this intention to achieve it. How do you intend to
Mm,
achieve it? So when I wrote them out, so I was deliberate about it, and I gave myself a time frame that between this period to this period, this is what I want to
yeah,
achieve.
I
Between,
love that.
so it is more like a challenge. There's something I tag, like when we are usually second or third quarter of the year, I challenge
Mhm.
myself. I will target 60-day challenge, 90 days challenge. So before the years runs out, what do I want to achieve within this period? Like, do I have to read
Mhm.
new book? Do I need to improve on my tool?
Mhm.
What, like, do I need to network? Things I know, okay, it will make a positive turnaround. I will write them down when I'm not sure about it. So I will keep doing them daily, at least every day. I will take time and dedicate either 1 hour or 2 hours to achieve.
Wow.
So
I
I
love
think
that. I
the little
love
time
that.
I
I love that. I love that. Let's clap for him, guys. Let's give him emoji. That makes sense. I love that. Writing
take
down your
time,
goal
yeah.
and also writing the timeline. I think that makes sense. I love the people that are on the call today. You guys are even inspiring me. Let's move on to Lizzie. Lizzie, can we have you? I love your profile picture.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. So, can everyone hear
Hello.
me?
Yeah, we
Okay.
can hear you clearly.
So for me, I've been writing since only God knows, but it's one thing to write, and it's another thing to, have some sense of
Implement.
accountability, So, I mean,
Mhm.
throughout 2023, 2022, I'll write down my goals, and the year ends, I'm like, okay, what did I do here? But 2024, I
Mhm.
was a bit intentional about it. So writing for me, ever since
Mhm.
then, has been transformative for me. Whenever I look at the things that I've written, it helps me, it turns my vague ideas into actionable plans and
Mhm.
all of that. So it just keeps me
Mhm.
inspired. I mean, there are some things that I would write and I'm like, okay, they have not achieved this thing. I don't even sleep. if I go back to these things that I've written and
Yeah.
I've not achieved them. So yeah, it gives me, just like I said,
Mhm.
some sense of accountability and it keeps me inspired. So
Mhm.
basically, yeah.
I love
Yeah,
that.
thank you.
I love that. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. Did somebody else raise their hand? They have somebody. Okay, I think that's the Agbola, and we have received him already. So while she was talking, something came to my mind. I noticed something about myself that the older I become, the better I am. Is that English correct? Like, why when I was maybe let's say 20, let's say I'm 20, let's say when I was 20, I was not as wise as 21. I was not as wise as 22, 23. Every year, I just became, is it became now or become? I become more intentional. I become more intentional about my life. I don't know. Is there anybody here that experienced that? The way I now approach writing is better than my last year. The way I analyze my finances is better than last year. So I think experience is improving the way I am seeing life personally, because every year things improve. But I don't now know if I will get to a certain age and then there might not be some, I don't know. So I want to know in the chat section if everybody relates to that. If it is relatable, type relatable in the chat section. Is that relatable? Somebody said experience is the best teacher, because she said that last year, or I think last 2 years, she was not so good with she write things down, but she not achieve them. But last year she was more intentional, and that was like myself too, right? So before, maybe there's some things I will not take serious, but now I am more intentional about them. Like, is that maturity? Hey, what's going on? So it is a relatable. Okay, let's have Joshua and Neji talk about this. Joshua Energy, let's have you.
Okay, so um last year I had I don't know if I'm supposed to be saying this, but I had like some financial issues. So the moment I
Okay.
realized that I should start looking at what I put my finances into, what I use my money to do, what I acquire with my money, is he a liability, is he an asset? The moment I paid more attention to what I use my money to do, I think it goes a long way to solve that issue. So I understand.
Awesome. You can relate to that. All
I
right.
can
Thank you
relate,
so much for
yes.
sharing that. Thank you so much. Financial is part of our skill. I think that maybe that might be one of the things that we are going to bring at Perxels for DDS, because money is important and we should have money education as well as designers. Well, thank you so much for sharing. Let me just have one more person talk about this, and then I move on to my own topic. So I have somebody here, Solate Akima. I hope I pronounced that well. Solate Akima. Can we have you?
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Solate.
So it's actually Sholate Akima.
Oh my God. Solate Akima. Let's have you.
So yeah, it's actually very relatable because I don't know, maybe the face just changes, especially when you are intentional about something. So last year I was very intentional that I just want to be financially intelligent, because you just have money and you won't know where it went to. How did I spend this money? But yeah, since last year, so I got so intentional. I wrote everything down, and this year I know, okay, I'm not going to make that mistake again, because I took the bull by the horn by saying, oh no, this year I'm not going to spend anyhow, and if I want to spend, I'll write it down. Okay, this is where my money went to. So financial literacy is what I'm keeping my eyes on this year.
So that's your theme for the year. I love that. Thank you so much, Solate, for sharing that with us. Manager, please put it in our team that we should talk about finances. I think it's coming up and it would be a good topic. Okay, guys, let's go on. So that's the next stage, the analysis. This is where you do your skill audit. And what do I mean by this? Most of us have shared something close to this before. Now I have a team for the year. I need to ask myself, what are the things I need to do to achieve this? Let me give you an example. This year I want to make money. Like, money is the goal. You know, I said at the beginning of this that I love to be where money is, legit money. So I want to make, financial progress. I want to double in my income, because last year I started basically and I was empowered and I can see what I could do without so much structure around growth and all of those things. So I'm like, this year, let me just have some plan when it comes to growth and all of that. So I said I want to increase my stuff. So there are some things that I will naturally do by myself at Perxels. And I told myself that, okay, I want to employ somebody that is as intelligent as I am in this subject, and that is even more intelligent than me in this particular subject. I don't want to tell you the exact one. And I brought in another person, and I'm paying that person an amount of money that I have never paid anybody in terms of maybe salary of staff before. I brought in somebody that is bigger than me. I wrote it on LinkedIn. I expressed my pain point exactly. I can't track it anyways. I know that some of you even might know what I'm saying. I wrote my exact pain point on that LinkedIn post, and I said, I need somebody that can achieve this for me. And if you can, reach out to me. About 5 people reached out to me. They were brilliant guys. They're not like intermediate person or basic person. No, these are guys that are as efficient as I would be, right? Do you understand? And even better than me. Now, bringing this person on board has changed a lot of things in that set, like drastically, like immediately. It's not like we have spent how many days here in November, in January, just 11 days, and things. I can just see that this is going to work to an extent. So it's always good for you to do skill audits. Evaluate yourself. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What can you do well? What can you not do well? So that you can bring in the right people to help you. Now, there are some people on this call now that maybe you are doing well financially, but you know that you can do better. And because you are currently doing well right now in your business career, you are being, is this stingy, we should call it now. You are like, do I really need to reach out to another person to help me? I think because I have achieved success in this particular goal, I should be able to achieve success in that as well. But that would not work. Last year, one of the things that improved my managerial skill is because I attended Lagos Business School. And that class was a 5 days or 7 days class, but I know that it was just a week class. Every day we had to go to school, and then we have lecturers talk to us about maybe 4 lecturers a day or 3 lecturers a day. I met with people and all of those things. But for me, education is important. The words that they shared there, they said something, guys. Let me give you an example. They said that, my staffs are on this call. My staff are on this call. So they gave us a percentage of the amount of value that we can get from our staff in a day. And I couldn't believe it. Like, I couldn't believe the percentage. I was like, really? So with all my effort of encouragement, do this, this is the amount of value that we can get from even the best staff. So there were so many things that were shared there that helped me to understand that if certain systems are not created, certain goal will not be achieved. So understanding your skill is very important. Do skill audits. Tell yourself the truth. What should I do? Should I go for a training? Should I pay for somebody to do this for me? Am I supposed to do this? Audit yourself. Do you understand that? And I know companies also do this, right, for their staff. Every year or every quarter, they just audit themselves. Okay, what can we remove? What can we add to it? Do that for your own career as well. Another thing is that at this point, you want to also start to research for opportunity that aligns with your team for your career. It's not the one that you just take. This for me too, I'm guilty. This opportunity, I'm guilty. If you know Fiwa is always in class, just like I'm in class this night now. I love to be in class. So there's so many opportunities out there. There's so many engagements that I can be involved in, do you understand, to improve and help me achieve my team for a year. But because I'm just stuck to the process that I think I enjoy, not knowing that if I actually go out, I can still enjoy some things as well. But I'm stuck to that. So this one is speaking to myself and you. Research opportunities. Research the things that can bring you to the limelight of your team for the year, that can help you to achieve your goal. And then lastly is, please receive feedback. So under the analysis, you want to audit your skill. You want to search for opportunity that aligns with your team for the year. And then you want to get feedback from people. I was reflecting on some of the activities that happened this last week. And I remember working with a particular person, and the person did not achieve the goals that I want. And the person gave me some feedback about, okay, this is this. And I told myself that, see, at every point when you are trying to build something or achieve a goal, there will always be something that you can do well and something that you're not doing so well. But a lot of us, we always want feedback that are positive, feedback that are good to the hearing. But sometimes evaluation, feedbacks might not be interesting to the ear for you. You might have put a lot of effort to this. What now happened to this? What happened to this? This person is not praising me for the good works I'm doing. But the truth is that some of the things that you have done wrong, or some of the skills that you don't have, right, they might actually affect the overall goal. So it's also good for you to have people that can give you feedback. Don't just live your life this 2025 without looking for feedback without hearing feedback. Let people talk about what you can do better. So that's that on that before manager come and take me away from here. Then the next one is the synthesis. This is where you start to build your portfolio. Ensure that your portfolio is very good, especially for those of us that want to get job. If your thing for the year is that you want to get job, then you don't want to play with your portfolio. Portfolio is evidence of work. Portfolio is, this is what I can do. And for me, my school, we take portfolio very serious because it is what shows that this person has the talent, this person have the design thinking skill to be part of a company. So you want to work on a good portfolio. You also want to upskill strategically. I always tell them that I cannot learn everything from one project, and I cannot learn everything from one school. I cannot learn everything from one webinar. I have to always ask myself every time that, okay, now that I've achieved this, what next should I do? Before, I don't know how to relate with people so well. Like, I'm not very good when it comes to relationship and all of those things. I'm very jovial, I can be jovial, but keeping relationship long-term, maintaining and checking up on people all the time, I don't know, I'm not just so good with that. But I realized that this year is part of the things that I must put down. So even if I will have a PA that I will give that assignment myself, I'm going to be included. I've given myself some assignments and some things that I must do when it comes to what? That's improving relationship, not just like my friends that I'm used to, but people that I'm just getting to know. Maybe I can feel that, okay, this person is really doing well in their career path, and I've talked to them once. It's also good for me to do follow-up. It's not just one and then I'm moving. So at this stage, you also want to still ask yourself, what can you do better? It's not that because you have achieved a success, you just stay there. You are not like evaluating yourself. Somebody was talking the other time and said that, okay, I wrote down something, and at the end of the year when I checked, I did not really see what I've done. I did not achieve most of it. The reason might be that the person did not check their goal during the year. The person did not ask them, okay, now that I've done this, it's failed. Then what can I do again? Or I've done this is good. Then what can I do next? Do you understand that? So even at this point, upskilling is important. At every point in our career, you don't want to be okay with the stage you are. There's time for rest, right? But it's also good for you to strategically always upskill. Then the next one is, I want us to work on our branding this year. One of the assignments I want to give everybody is to review your social media page. Now, you can choose any social media of your choice. Some of us, we don't like TikTok. We don't like Instagram, but you love Twitter, maybe because of the banter. That might be your page. That might be a place where you will start to express who you are and what you stand for as a person. Most of the intermediate designers that I know, I just know them because they are my students, that they are designers. I don't see it on their pages that they are talking about design. So if I'm not their mentor, their teacher, I wouldn't even know that they're a designer. So this year, one of the things I want us to look at is that after your team, you should know that part of the things that make people get to know you is who you are, your branding. My mentor said a statement to me someday. He said that branding make your skill meaningful. He said something like that. He said your skill is there, yes, Fiwa, you're doing well. But if you now have a good branding, the entire skill become more meaningful. If there is a word like that, like it becomes meaningful to people. But imagine you just have that skill, you don't really have any online presence, nobody really know who you are or what you do. It's just dormant. But for it to actually be alive, for it to be meaningful, you have to have brand, you have to have like a statement online. I have one of my friend online. He doesn't post so much like that, right? His name is Abdul. He doesn't post so much like that. But if you check his work, do you understand? If you check his work online, he's strategic about the things he have online. Some of us, 2 years, 1 year, 6 months, nothing about design is on your social media. Just hope I'm staying on the call because my network is bad. So nothing about design is on your social media. So this year, yeah, I can say that. So this year, you should actually work on what? Branding. Even if it is 5 slide, even if it's just your laptop screen, just take a picture, say something about design, let people get to know you, because that is how they can get to know you. Nobody will know you if you don't speak out. Do you understand that? So please, you want to ensure that you have that. I want to quickly show you Abdul's page. His page is very, very interesting, right? He doesn't post every day, but if you check what he has on his page, it's pitched that this person is a designer. So let me quickly share it if you love it. You don't have to be posting every day like Perxels will post. Personally, to me, last year, 2 years ago, I was always posting it online every time, but now I don't really have that time. Do you understand? I hope to have the time to return because it's always interesting for me, but I don't have the time again that much. But if you go on my page now, you still see some things that shows that I'm a leader in my space. So please let us be aware of what you sell. Let us be aware that you can do stuff. Do you get that? We shouldn't call you for an opportunity and then the next thing is like, if you, I just have it on my Google Drive, oh, I don't have it on my phone. That would not make sense. So please, let's work on that. Then lastly, I was told to stop already. So lastly, you want to adopt a mindset of growth. Be in a community, just like we are here right here. I really love to this conversation because every one of us will contribute. Some of us, maybe this might be your first meeting for the year, right? Or maybe this is like the first time you even speak in a space like this, but you did something, right? So sometimes it's when we are in the right environment that we'll see ourselves that we can actually do what we think we cannot. There are several things that I have seen. I remember when I was at Lagos Business School, they gave us an assignment, and the assignment was like, the topic is not something that I was really, really strong at, but during the team conversation, they divided us into groups. So for my group, while people were talking, I just started to use design to explain the problem. Like our normal UI, I just need to start explaining it. And people are like, yes, that makes sense. So that's good. I mean, you're like, do you understand? So there are sometimes that is when you are in an environment that you're going to discover some of your potential, some of the inner talents that you have. So don't be by yourself. Don't be in isolation. Always adopt a growth mindset. One of the things we want to do at Perxels, we currently have a library in Yaba, but that library, I've not added book to it. And the reason is because I'm just busy, right? But now that we have our community manager, part of his task is going to be for him to have books there. And we want our students to like lend the book and go and read it. They are not going to pay for it. But I want them to build the culture of reading. Because most of us, we are designing every time wireframe, every time this, but there's some information that is going to bring all of these things to, the light of it. So reading book, being in a community, journaling, those things actually have impact to our general success in 2025. Another thing that you need to do is for you to visualize your goal. This one, I'm also growing in it. The sense that, okay, I want to achieve this. I think some of the successes that, is it success now? Some of the success that I've achieved in few months have helped me to actually visualize my goal. So before now, I personally don't like putting stickers on my wall. If you come to my house now, you not see me put stickers on my wall. I'm not that kind of person. Do you get that? But I have a partner that does that, and it just made me start to love visualizing things and say, okay, so if I want to get this, like a vision board, or if I want to get this done, having it in front of me, it will inspire me, or having a quote that talks about it. So every morning I will just see that thing and I'll be like, yes, I'm going out today because I want to make money to buy this thing. I'm going to this one here because I'm going to get this. Do you understand that kind of thing? So please visualize your goals. You can take it any style you want. Some of us is our screensaver. Do you understand? Like our phone screensaver. Maybe you want to, your team for this year is abundant. You just have things that illustrate that day. It kind of inspire you. Some of us, it might be the people that you want to achieve. You follow them on social media every day. They post something. It's kind of aligned to what you want. Do you understand that? So visualize your goal. do something that can help you to be reminded of your goal. That's what that thing means. It doesn't have to be mood board all the time. Mood boards are good. I'm not saying they're not good, but there are several ways you can remind yourself of your dream, of your goals, of your team for the year. And then lastly, build resilience. There will always be failure. There will always be challenges. I don't think there's anything, in fact, this January, if we are going to see a particular announcement for Perxels, either the ending of this year or February, you know, my own announcement is always based on choice. If I like, I tell public. Even if I like, I will not tell them. But this one, I'm going to definitely tell them because it's something huge, right? But guys, I'm suffering like more so far before I do that thing. Do you get that? Like, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of back and forth just to ensure that we actually achieve success with this particular project. Do you understand that? So build resilience. Don't be somebody that is quick to give up. Don't be somebody that is quick to say, I don't know, I try. Nobody gets success with all of that. Do you understand that? And that's why I personally don't take excuses. I know that things will not always work well. I also have my own flaws. I have issues, things I could give excuses, and I also give excuses, but shouldn't be every time. Do you understand that? Always try your best to say, I am not going to give up. Financial success, I'm going to achieve it. I want to get a motto, I'm going to get it done. I want to get a laptop, I will get it done. I want to have my office space set up, I'm going to get it done. One of my students was sharing something exciting with me on Friday while we were going home, my lucky student. And then the guy said that before he sit down on bench to do his design, but now he's now sitting on, he got a new workspace. You know, he just said that interesting story, and I was so excited. I was so excited. His friend were there too. He was sharing that experience, and we're like, nice one. And I'm so sure that his friend will also be aiming to get a workspace, because the guy is now like, okay, now I can just wake up every morning and just go and work, because now my home is giving me office vibe and all of those things. But achieving that success, while he was talking, you could tell that it did not just happen to him easily. Do you understand? Gathering the money, trying to get the team and all of those things that go in place just to achieve that success. So don't be that person that give up easily. So guys, that's all I have to share today. Please let me stop here today before they send me out. Anyways, I'm so happy. Thank you so much, guys, for joining the conversation. What I've shared so far is the contest, get the team for the year, right? I also mentioned that I should get a niche, write things down, right? Also network with people. I will not be talking more about that again because of time. Another thing is skill audit. The things that you cannot do, outsource them. And the ones that you think you should go and learn it. Don't be afraid to do it. One of the things I will be doing this year, guys, is makeup. I'll go and learn how to do makeup by myself. I'll not be calling, because sometimes I want to record video, maybe 6 a.m. These guys cannot come to my office. Do you understand? They cannot come to my house by that time, and they might come, but they're expensive and all of those things. So do things like audit your skill. Ask yourself, what can you do more? Do you understand? Research for opportunity. I'm also struggling in this part, but I'm going to improve now that I have a manager, right? Also get feedback from people. It's always good for you to know that you can do better than you are doing right now. Build a portfolio. Tell your story. Open your mouth and talk. Then engage with real life project. Okay, that's still part of portfolio. And then lastly, please adopt a growth mindset. Visualize your goal. Always see your goal everywhere. Do something to help you to see your goal all the time. And then build resilience. I wish you guys a successful 2025. Thank you.
Wow. Please confirm if you can hear me. Oh my goodness. All right. Can anyone hear me? Okay. Amazing. Wow. You can hear me. All right. Thank you. This is amazing. Please let us appreciate our amazing speaker in the person of Fiwa. She is amazing. Let's clap for her. Wow. This section is wonderful. I've learned a lot. Like, if you see my notepad, I was just jotting. And I hope it was so let us appreciate her. Let us give her kudos. Let us give her thumbs up. She really did well. In fact, if not because of time has gone, I know she would deliver more. Like, this is over delivered. Thank you so much, ma'am. for this wonderful section. So guys, put it in the comments. How was this section? Let's hear from you. How was this section? What did you learn? What was the takeaway? Yeah, let's put it in the yeah. All right. Thank you so much, ma'am. So guys, okay, awesome. All right. Yeah, I believe it will blend, and so it was lit. Yes, it was an educative and eye-opening section. Yes, great insights. Fantastic, fantastic. But I'm looking at the time. I don't know if we can take one or two questions.
Maybe just
Sorry,
one so that
ma'am.
we can close.
Okay. All right. So please, guys, if you have any questions, please raise up your hand, and you'll be called randomly by our speaker, so she can take your question. So because of time, we would not be able to take all the questions, but we're going to take like one or two questions. All right. So please, if you have questions, raise up your hand. Okay, I can see Ambassi, your hand is raised up. So please go ahead with the question. Can you please unmute and say a question? Ask your question.
Obasi, good night. Obasi, good night. Can we
Obasi?
have you?
Okay, so I guess maybe a network. So does anyone has any question? Yeah, Leko, sorry, MTF failed me at the beginning, but I still achieved. Yes, exactly. It's worth it. It was interesting. You can use the comment section if you have a question. I
Okay, let's
learned
have
a lot.
Christiana.
All right.
Good evening, Madam Fiwa. Thank you so
Hi,
much for
Christiana.
this nice
Thank
session.
you,
I
madam.
really enjoyed the session. Okay, my question is simple. Anytime, during my classes, anytime you teach us, I'll be like, how can one be like Fiwa? How can I be a pro like her? Please help me.
Christiana, don't embarrass me, I beg you. All right.
As in,
yeah, Christiana, let's have
considering
it.
a lot of commitment, family, children, everything. How can I be? Because I just want to this year. I said when January 4th, I said this year I must be. I think I must be outstanding in this UIUX. That was why I reached out to you. That what else can I do after this class? What else? What can I do at least to be a prophet? To be good at what? That when they see my work, oh, this one is not local. How can I achieve that? Thank you.
Okay. So your question is thank you for the compliment. I really appreciate it. Anytime Christiana asks me, she's always saying something to make my head to be swelling. But anyway, thank you. I really appreciate the good work. So you said that how can you be better, right? You don't want to be
Yes.
local champion,
I don't
right?
want to be
So
local.
there are so many things to get done. Do you get? Number one is that you must have the right skill. Right. And I am a very open person. Whatever stage you have when it comes to your skill, I'm going to communicate it to you.
Okay.
Bro, you are 7/10, you are 10/10, you are 8/10. I will communicate it to you. So there are some stages that you cannot skip if you want to be successful. Do you understand? So if your goal is that you want to be an outstanding design, then the skill must be polished. So if the skill is not polished and then we are trying to do other things, will it work? Do you get that? So we need to know, okay, what stage is this person in? Do you understand the skill very well? Do you have a good understanding of all of the topics that you've learned? Do you have a solid portfolio, right? Do you know how to market yourself? Do you know how to communicate yourself? Do you know how to tell your story? Do you understand? So there are so many things to be done. Do you get that? To achieve that goal that you are saying, but we cannot start to express it For example, I have to have like a one-on-one meeting with you, ask you some
Okay.
questions, answer it. Then in the question, we'll be able to know where to pick things up. But you're doing well, Christiana.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, thank you very much, guys. That's the last question, Joe. Let's start going.
Oh, all right. There you go. About design networking. So she said our question is about portfolio. That how can she start updating it? How
Okay, how do I start upgrading? Okay, my question is about portfolio. How do I start upgrading it? So just like I said, there are some conversations that we cannot have here today. Do you understand? Because there has to be like context to it. Do you get that? So if this person we currently have a portfolio, we need to look at the person's portfolio to see if there are relevant case studies on the portfolio. If there are no relevant case studies, that means the person has to build from there. Do you get that? But if it's a case that the person have good case study, but the person is sending it out and recruiters are not getting it done, then we need to look at the person's CV. We need to look at the person cover letter. We need to also look at the way the person talk about their skill. Do you understand? So there are some of these questions that we cannot just give like a direct answer. There has to be context. We have to understand the state that you are. However, some of these topics, they are going to give other speakers in the coming DDS. So if you need some questions to be answered or some topic to be discussed, you can just go to our WhatsApp community and talk to the community manager. Then he can, get a speaker to come and talk to you about it. So I think that's how I'll answer that. Did you get that? How do we get the contest? We cannot answer all your questions here, goodness. Do you get? But can you unmute yourself? Let me just have a little understanding of what you're trying to say. If it's something I can answer here. Goodness.
Hello, good evening, ma.
Yeah, good evening.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly.
Okay. My question is just about how to upgrade portfolio, like how to put content out there so that people can see it.
Okay. So do you
Can you hear me,
currently have
ma?
a portfolio? Yes, I can hear you. Do you currently have a portfolio? Do you currently have a portfolio? Or is my network bad? Can anyone hear me,
okay?
please?
Our network is bad, so yeah. She
Okay,
said
okay.
yes.
So she said you currently have a portfolio. Okay, good. So what have you shared your portfolio with any senior designer before? Have you sent it out for interview? Has anybody given you feedback about your portfolio before?
No.
Okay, so I think I already have an idea of your design to an extent, right? So, but it would be good for you to share your portfolio with me. So I'm going to be giving this person, a part of our promise this year is that we're going to be giving free mentorship section for people that attend DDS. You understand? So I'm going to be giving Goodness Obasi, like a one-on-one section just to review our portfolio for her to see what she can do better. So all you just need to do is to go to Perxels website and you are going to see our email there. So send an email to that email. Send an email to that email there, or you just message the phone number that is on our website. Just say, my name is Obasi Goodness, and I attended DDS section. Today's date is there. Fiwa spoke, and then she said she's going to be giving me a free section to speak to her. One of my managers is going to reach out to me and I'm going to schedule a meeting with you. Did you get that? Goodness, did you get that? All right. Thank you so much, guys. I think we should stop now. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'll be leaving the call now. Bye.
All right, ma. Thank you so much. Please let us put Heinz. Let's appreciate her. Let's appreciate her. Wow, that was amazing. Thank you so much, ma'am. Yeah, let's give her kudos. Let's give her thumbs up. Thank you, ma'am. That was an amazing section. So, guys, thank you so much for joining. I mean, today was an amazing section. So before we leave, Yeah, so before we leave, I would encourage you that don't, I mean, this is just, tips organizing. So I want us to, go visit Perxels website, that is perxels.com. I want us to go to our website, visit perxels.com, look at what we have there. And there are lots of things that you can gain from there. And also, this is our Instagram page. Our Instagram page follows on our social media on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube at Perxels. Okay, so this is our Instagram page. So guys, let's make millions this year, okay? So Perxels, we specialize in transforming beginners into professional designers with our comprehensive UIUX design training. So what we offer, these are the things, some of the things we offer: hands-on training from expert instructors, real-world projects to build your portfolio, guarantee 6 weeks internship after the training, accredited by American Council of Training and Development. So admission is currently ongoing, guys. If you want to join, you want to become a UIUX designer, you want to upgrade your skill, you want to move from zero level to, experienced level. So guys, go to perxels.com/enroll. All right, you can also call this number on this flyer so you can book your slots. Okay, admission is currently ongoing, and the good thing is that we have both physical classes and we have virtual classes. Okay, so maybe you're someone who is very busy, maybe you work Mondays to Fridays, or you know you work, you have the opportunity to enroll for the virtual classes, okay. It's an amazing section. And also, if you are someone who says, okay, I want to come physically, I want to be on site, I want to see Fiwa, I want to see other instructors, guys, you can pick the physical, classes. And the good thing also is that we have different centers across Nigeria. Okay, we have now in we have in Lekki, we have we have in Lekki, we have in Yaba, our new office in Yaba. So we have in Yaba, we have in Ibadan. Okay. So we also have in Abuja. So guys, this is an opportunity for you to learn. Okay. So please, if you want to be part of this amazing, training, if you want to be part of this amazing classes that we have, go to perxels.com/enroll. All right. You can take a screenshot of this, or you can visit our Instagram page at Perxels. Just go to Instagram, there you type Perxels, you will see our page. So guys, I encourage you to follow us on our social media, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, YouTube, on LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter. So please, guys, follow us at Perxels. So thank you so much for joining. And before I end the call, so I would also like to say that the recording for this section would be available soon. All right. So once it's available, you would be notified in as much as you registered for this section, or you are in our community group. You're going to be notified, okay, when the recording is available. All right. However, you can also get the recording on our YouTube channel. Okay, so please follow us on our YouTube, subscribe to our page at Perxels. All right, so turn on the notification board, turn on the notification button so you can get notifications once we upload the recording. Okay, all right, thank you so much. I don't, Babalala, you raised up your hand. Do you want to say something? So guys, thank you so much for joining. Babalola, okay, I guess that was a mistake, right? Okay, guys, so next DDS section is going to be next month. All right. So DDS section is twice a month. We normally hold it 2 Sundays every month. Okay, so the next section will be coming up in February. So we're going to let you know, all right, when, the date, the time. So please keep an eye on our website, perxels.com. We're going to post it on our website and even on our social media pages. So please keep an eye on our social media pages and website. So we're going to notify you. Also, we normally have Twitter Spaces. Okay, so the Twitter Spaces are fantastic way, a platform where you can learn, where you can come, talk, gist, banter, and the rest. So these sections are amazing sections. So please, we're going to be having a Twitter space coming up this week. So probably on Friday or thereabouts, we're going to, announce it. So please watch out for it. You can just go to our Twitter space, all right. Subscribe, follow us on Twitter, and then turn on the notification so you can get notified when the section starts. All right. So guys, thank you so much for joining. Let's have an amazing evening and a wonderful new week ahead. Thank you so much.